Squids, it is the day before Christmas, December 24, and I'm going to go for a little ride. I got some errands to do. I have a really big battery over here, and I'm going to go for a ride on the 650 here. So Squids, yesterday I bought a Honda Element and a Honda Accord. The Accord was interesting because I bought it pretty cheap for $400. I bought the Honda Element fairly cheap, but it needs some work, and the more I look at it, the more stuff that the owner didn't tell me it needed, like the driver's lock won't open, things like that kind of pisses me off that she didn't tell me. The cool thing, it's a 5-speed manual transmission with 161,000 miles, so that's relatively low for a Honda Element. But of course it needs quite a bit of things done, and I was hoping on, I don't know, I kind of really like that truck, but it gets like 22 miles to the gallon or something like that. So that makes me, I like things that are efficient. That box is not efficient. But since I ride a motorcycle and scooter all the time, I'm like, man, maybe I should just keep that truck. It's so cute, and I can use it for a lot of stuff, including like car camping.
You know, normally you don't see the Beltway like this. This is the Capitol Beltway. And Christmas Day, it is just completely deserted. Like, there's no traffic on the road. This is incredible. And best of all, no police, so you can go a little bit faster. But that's probably why a lot of people have accidents around this time of the year. If you haven't seen DC traffic, it is nothing like this. The road does not move like this. Normally, this is bumper to bumper traffic. You're putting your foot down. You're on a motorcycle. You're constantly just walking the bike. It is nice once in a while to ride without interruption like this.
There's a camera here, and it takes photos if you run the right turn, the red. I got a ticket here once. Sucked.
This is called Colonial Park. It's in Pawtuckaway, and it's a pretty interesting area.
It's pretty important to visit other states other than where you just live. Few people here, not too many. This is one of those places where it's good to bring kids because it's free. The visitor center is over there, so you kind of have to park and go around, but in the summer and spring this is very pretty over here. Tucker Road Community Center, and they have classes, so I wonder if they have any like art classes and stuff like that. There's also a nice rink over here, which is kind of interesting. This is kind of an interesting place in Maryland. It's called Rosecroft Raceway, and the admissions into the park are actually free. You can come in and just like just look at the races. It's pretty cool. Let's go check it out. Kind of cool. Pretty dirty. I don't know if but it's a really large track. Rosecroft Raceway. Geez, is there that much of demand for horse racing? There's a security guy over there. That's kind of a cool, chill job. Man, the buildings are just like pretty nasty. guess this is a good place to come and do like car reviews and bike reviews. Plenty of space. I'm gonna let these cars go. There's the guy over there cleaning his car. This Volvo, it's got a delayed reaction getting information to its head.
This is going down to Mount Vernon in Virginia. It's a very different place than Maryland. It's a lot cleaner Virginia than Maryland. And these houses look really fantastic. People really take care of the houses here. Of course, across the river from Maryland, Virginia is much more expensive. So a house in Maryland, like in Fort Washington, directly across from this area, costs about 300,000, maybe 250, 300,000. Here, it's like 600, 700,000. But if you look around, it's a much nicer area. Yeah, the vehicle hunter really enjoys riding through this area and just looking at houses. Did I just refer to myself in the third person? The part that I like about this Fort Hunt area is that people have not built McMansions yet. This area is probably a little cheaper than Old Town, but it's still very expensive. Most of the time riding a motorcycle through here is overkill, and I prefer to ride my scooter. But it's Christmas time, and there's hardly anybody on the road. It's like a deserted place. I guess people are with their families and stuff like that. All right, now we're on our way back to Maryland. On the right side, you see the National Harbor. And this is the MGM Casino on the left. Just a while ago, a little girl was electrocuted here on the MGM. All right, now let's head back to Alexandria. And this is Old Town Alexandria. Really cool place, but it's even more expensive than the Fort Hunt area. A lot of row houses. The architecture in Old Town is much different than anywhere you would see. Now we're on our way north, and to the right you see Ronald Reagan Airport. This is a really cool place to come because you can look at airplanes coming down, and they fly almost like just so close to your head. It is quite a sight to see. This is DC, completely deserted. This is not what happens most of the time. Most of the time it's packed full of traffic and you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Now we are in Potomac Park. This is normally where the cherry blossoms would be. But it's pretty much empty. Like, there's not a lot of people out. Up ahead is the Lincoln Memorial. Man, I wish DC had this traffic all the time. Look, this is just amazing. I can actually move. Normally this is just bumper to bumper traffic. Here's the Kennedy Center, and they're building something here. And on the left side is Georgetown, and across the river is Roslyn, Virginia. I used to work there for a couple of years. On the right side is the Watergate Hotel. Now we are off to the National Zoo, and this is Rock Creek Park. If you don't know, Rock Creek Park runs in the middle of Washington, D.C. And this tunnel used to be really dangerous because I used to ride my bicycle in that little shoulder, and recently they made a little bit of an improvement. They widened it up and they put that guardrail. All right, I got to take a little bit of a break, so let's go in here. Feels so much better. Now we are northwest DC, heading north. These houses are incredibly large for Washington, D.C. Alright, I'm heading to my destination in Silver Spring. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas time ride. I'll see you on the next one.